Hear it, you hear the music. It's not a major holiday. It is June 9th, 2024, in the year of our Lord. Welcome to another episode of High Off the Glass. We are in the building today, 3119 Overtime Studios, Hampton Ave, STL Mo. Y'all know how we do it. I am blessed to be here. I got my brother, Coach Damon is in the house. Let's give it up for Coach, y'all.
The one and only.
Make sure y'all give it up for Coach.
The one and only. Say what's up to all my friends and all my family and all my fans. All the High Off the Glass friends. Let's do it.
You know you got a gang of fans. What up, money? Hey, I'm Older Great. I'm happy to be there. I'll be here. All right, thank you, y'all. I appreciate it. What is it? We're going to start off with fourth annual live NBA Finals watch party. That was Thursday, June 6th. What up, y'all? I got my phone sideways, so let me know if the angle looks all jacked up, y'all, because I got to do it sideways. I got to, this way we got to do it today. But, yeah, man, Coach, it was your first time doing this in 3 years, man. Like, Coach held me down for the first one years ago. Coach was back for the fourth annual live NBA Finals watch party, and I'm not going to front. It was great to have Coach back. It has been a minute since he has done it, but I was so happy to have that brother back in the building. He was there for my first one, and right on, Just. And he's here for my last one. So I was happy to see that, man. What did you think of the event?
With the event, excuse me, I want to send a big shout out to all the sponsors that pulled up and showed love. The event was real great. Just the camaraderie, the basketball, of course. It was a great game.
Yeah, it was.
Just all in all, just all around, it was a great event. It was a great night. Shout out to everybody who came out, to all the fans of the show who showed up. Even if you're not a fan, you're a new fan, old fan, whatever. And it was great. It was great. Like I say, to get a chance to celebrate basketball the way it's supposed to be celebrated.
Right.
You know, this is our national sport. And when it's time for the finals, you know, we kick it. That's real basketball fans. We love the finals.
Word.
Point blank, because it's the ultimate. It is the ultimate.
It don't get no better than the finals.
You getting crowned as the best in hooping
in the world.
If you love hooping, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, that's for anybody who just really live and die basketball. And you get past all that old stuff about underground theories and conspiracy. When you just love the game, you don't trip off none of that. And you just want to see good basketball being played, great basketball being played. It's at the highest level. You know, naturally, you know, when the Celtics are involved, it makes it a little better.
Oh, my God.
It's different.
Whole nother level.
It's a different kind of love, because my love for basketball is deeper than football. Whereas, like, you know, if my football team, if they don't make the ultimate game, which they haven't in a long time, I don't care. I don't care about the Super Bowl for real. My team ain't playing. I don't give up. Basketball is different. Even though I don't really care, I still love hooping. So I want to see. I'm knowing some great basketball gonna get played. It's just It's fucked up that the Celtics ain't there, or if they lose point blank or something like that. But other than that, like I said, you know, the game one event, it was great. It was great. If we'll see you next year for the 5th annual. Put it like that.
There it is.
Then and we will be even more obnoxious because we going back to back.
Oh yeah.
So if you thought we was more over the top this year, you can imagine what it's gonna be next year.
Yo,
it's gonna be hell for the next 9 months after we win this ring.
For real.
Because I'm gonna be talking so much feces.
So much shit.
If you got a basketball team, I'm just letting you know. If you got a squad, whatever your squad is, don't come at me talking no trash about your team. And we got 18 now. LA fans.
All right, okay, first off, you talk, don't talk too much, because I still remember your ass doing all that talking when we was in when we was in there. Oh, what up, cuz? Cuz on this mug. What up, Dunny? My cousin from Springfield on this mug. What is it? You talked all that shit when we was in Cleveland, 2023, and we were about to win that game.
Whole different team.
True. It's a whole different team. But you talked a whole bunch of shit, and we had not won the game yet. Grant Williams goes to the free throw line. Talking about his spider getting his ear, talking about you ain't going to make them. He said he going to make both of them. He proceeded to brick both. So let's not,
in the realm of talking shit, you're supposed to talk shit ahead of time. That way, when it comes to fruition, then the shit talking gets even more deeper.
You can say that. You can say that if you want to, and I get that. Yo, my famo. I'll time you two in. What up, Pep?
I was.
I get it. Look. You can talk shit, but here's the thing. I don't want to. I'm not going to count my chicken. I'm not going to count my eggs before the chicken is hatched or that basket. However the fucking saying go. Because here's the thing. We're 3 away, fam. We're 3 away right now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to. I'm not about to. I don't want to jinx. Here's the thing. Do you believe in sports jinx?
Yeah, I know they are.
Right there you go, coach. You already know.
Have you ever talked basketball with your father-in-law? Mm-hmm. You have. Your father-in-law taught me and the whole neighborhood how to talk shit.
I know. And that's all that man do is talk shit.
Talking shit 101.
That's all he do. Shout out to Mr. Jackson. Love you, Mr. Jackson. That's my guy. That's my guy.
Anybody who knows Reverend Ralph Jackson, he's a very wonderful man.
He's a vicious shit talker.
You get him on any court. Tennis, basketball, handball. Yeah, he's a man of God.
He is. He's literally a preacher.
He's a wonderful man of God.
You will forget that.
That's my uncle. I love him dearly.
Yeah, word.
Shout out to my aunt too. She just had her birthday.
Word. Shout out to Miss Jackson.
Aunt Clara Jackson.
Happy birthday.
That's my oldest living
aunt.
Right,
we gotta shout them out.
Straight up. I love that woman to death.
Right.
I love my aunt and my uncle to death.
Word.
My uncle told me I was gonna be a coach when I was like 17.
Mr. Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's love. I get it.
But
we can't talk. I'm not here to talk too much shit.
I'm talking shit because I've seen film. I've studied film since game one.
I know, and I watched the game last night too. But before we go any further, got a major shout out to Coach. You mentioned them earlier. Got to shout them out by name. Major shout out to the sponsors of vendors that were a part. What is it? Fat Chick Treats. Love you, sister. Thank you for being a part. Tie-dye Treats. Love you, sister. Thank you for being a part. Green Girl, who be every damn where. Thank you for being a part, sister. Greatly appreciate you. HPG, T in there doing his thing. Yo, major shout out to you. What is it? I&I Gallery, Blake Watkins, best soap and incense you going to get in St. Louis County and Midwest by far. Major shout out to that brother. I got to go over there and get some stuff from him. And then, major super shout out and love to Big J. He was holding down the auction. He was holding down the spot. He was giving away shit. And Big J, he would elite. He always is doing something. This brother has had major tragedy in his life, not a few short years ago, but he is out and about doing his thing. You talk about somebody who nothing can really hold him down. That's that cat. So major shout out.
I meant to take advantage of that deal he was offering.
You should have. He was throwing deals. HPG was throwing deals Thursday night on Green. Big J was major deals, y'all. Y'all, if you didn't take advantage, that's your fault. I mean, crazy cheap ace and halves. So it's just the shit was lovely. So I just give super love to them. But I mean, I feel you, fam. I'm excited. I'm excited too, but I'm going to temper my excitement until we get them 4 wins because I've been here before. Now, I'm not at the point where I'm these scary ass Celtic fans and they ain't going to do it and they may not win and da-da-da-da-da and all this and JT and JB not good enough and where's JT late in games and all this. Guess what? They got the fucking W. They won game 1. That's all they had. That's all they could do so far. Now they got to win tonight. Game started at 8 o'clock Eastern. They're going to knock that out the box. I'm just not gonna be on some, already counting chips that I don't have. Shit, we've been waiting a long time for this championship.
We not in Springfield.
Yeah.
Don't nobody care about East Coast time. If you're gonna say the game time, we're in the Midwest.
8 o'clock Eastern.
To further that point, since we're talking about game 1, And are we going towards game one or what? You want to go there right now?
Jump in. Yeah, you got it. You already know. Hold on, talk to me about these glasses too. By the way, you had these when you came back next Sunday. What last Sunday? What are you? Is this a prescription for you now?
Yeah.
You gotta wear them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't see shit.
I didn't know that. I
I've been
kind of like
needing-
that.
I've been needing glasses for over 10 years. And
Damn.
A friend of mine that I work with, shout out Chris Meadows, that's my guy. Okay. He gave me these frames, and I checked out my insurance and everything. These were some shades.
Okay.
And so I turned them in and got my eye test and got them done, and I'm fly. But getting back to game one though, to see Porzingis come in and take it and just really exploit the mismatches,
Word.
and in the smart way, and then on the reverse side, when you see us do to the Mavericks what the Mavericks did to the Timberwolves, which is and this is what I've been saying all the time, in reference to like the guy we were arguing with during the event when we asked about who would you say was better between Jason Tatum and Doncic, and he picked Doncic. And the reason that I say you can't is because you cannot target Tatum on defense like you have to target Doncic,
Right.
because he's not a good defensive player
At all.
I saw the film when it was broken down of things he was not doing on defense. And Mazzulla, shout out Joe Mazzulla. Oh my
Man,
God,
you talk about someone who has grown as a coach in a year. Oh my.
Joe Mazzulla
Man,
got
Joe.
Luka Doncic at center mass, and he is like, pow! I'm going at you every time.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Jalen.
Yep. That's what
It's like they
T-Wolves
told
did not do.
It's like they told Jalen, look, man, if you ever see him on you, you better go to the basket or you coming out the game. And I saw the tape. I looked at the tape. This is tape that was broken down of Luka Doncic individually.
Right.
Jalen Brown going right past him. Then when the scheme is what our scheme is once you get past him, because he's going to let you get past.
Right.
Then you kick it and you swing.
Right.
Tatum got a wide open three from the top.
Preach.
Just because Luka had Jalen Brown had got past him, but when the ball swung, Luka stayed in the lane and didn't even think about running out.
Right.
And we got so many shots like that. And he is the weakness on defense.
He is.
We're gonna go at him.
He is.
Every game.
Yep.
And matter of fact, I might have to recant my game count. This might not go past 5 games.
Oh, you about to bring it back already?
Hey, my fellow 1013 club member, shout out Paul Pierce, born on the same day. I heard my guy say it the other day too, because when he looked at everything, he like, man, hey, what they gonna do?
Right.
We have way too much, way too many options.
Yeah.
This is the third option coming in and destroying their game for them.
Yeah.
This is the third option.
Question for you. I got to ask this question. Why do you think, and I don't have a problem with it because we got the dub, and it was everybody played well. But what do you think with Tatum's low scoring, 13 points? What do you think?
I don't give a damn. He had 16 points. And he had how many rebounds? 10.
Yeah.
5 assists.
Yeah.
The way I coached in the kind of
He had 11 boards.
And the kind of players that I like players that do multiple things.
Yeah.
It's not all about scoring.
Right.
He had many instances in that game where it was like, then you got to think about it. Guys are getting shit because of you.
Yeah.
Guys are getting shit because of Jalen.
Yeah.
When you got a dope ass squad like that that's just got that much depth.
Yeah.
And the only thing that can stop you is an injury or 2.
Yeah.
It got to be 2 injuries really to stop us.
Yeah.
That's why, like I say, that's why my guy. I don't care what people say about Paul Pierce.
Right.
That man is an NBA legend. He knows the game. He know what the fuck he talking about.
He's a Hall of Famer. I mean,
When people can get past all the entertainment type shit,
right.
and really think about, guys know the game. These are guys who played, and when you can hear them break things down from a basketball IQ perspective, and you get past all the extra shit, and you just hear basketball perspective from NBA players.
Yeah.
That's why I like listening to players on podcasts
Yeah.
versus journalists because I'm listening to the people who actually played.
True, but the only thing with them, and I'll just throw this out there. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because I know you do. But to me, those podcasts are good if number one, it's a good player, and number two, it's objective. And a lot of times, majority of the time, they're not objective because it's just players talking to players. There's nobody there to call them out.
What constitutes a good player?
Okay, I don't give a fuck if you weren't a good player. If you were an NBA player, you're better than me.
That's what I'm saying.
And you're better than most
That
people.
makes you an expert.
But I don't know if that makes you an expert because
It does.
here's the thing. You're not being objective. You know what I'm saying? If you're not if you just got somebody who you hoop with or another NBA player that you're friends with and y'all just buddies, y'all just gonna agree on everything. There's nobody to push back.
Players will be
a
way
lot
more
of bullshit said on these podcasts.
Players will be way more objective and they have truer stories to tell than the media. Case in point. Quick point before because we got to go on. Think about the all defensive team from 2012. This is that's what I'm saying.
Come on, nobody cares about
No. The first team. This is my point. This is my point. The first team had 6 guys on it. This is all defensive team. The guy who won Defensive Player of the Year was Marc Gasol. He was on the second team. There's no way a second team player should win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
But that's because the voting is subjective.
What does that have to do with player on player podcasts?
No. What I'm talking about is the media and the journalists. They have
you're making that.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
They have a point that they want to push.
Yeah.
And it's the same kind of thing. You can't say players aren't being objective when you have journalists who don't be objective.
But here's again, you can say that because you have players just agreeing with players. Like when they get on the shop with Bron, nobody pushes back when he says shit that ain't true. Nobody pushes back on Gilbert when he says maybe the Josiah dude. Maybe he pushes back a little bit.
There's a lot of guys who disagree with Gilbert Arenas,
but because he says a lot of shit that's whack. It's just,
no, he doesn't. He says a lot of things that are factual.
No, bro, he says a lot of shit that it. See, I knew it.
He says a lot of things that are factual.
Anyway, more importantly, that dude says a lot of bullshit. I can't stand where he goes with it because he takes it to a narrative that doesn't even need to be taken to, and sometimes it be on some racist.
It's more
racist,
factual
devious
things.
Shit.
It's
No,
way
he be
more
on some
factual.
devious shit when he talk, but more importantly, to keep it to game one, I agree with everything you're saying, but I give Jason. We're talking about Jason fucking Kidd as their coach. You know what I'm saying? This is someone who was. We don't even talk about how amazing he was as a player because he was a Hall of Fame career as a player, rookie of the damn year. But his basketball mind is sick. The man's coached at different teams already. He's been at this level of finals already. Why do you think that you don't think Joe can come up with something with something to work with this? I mean, something to help the Mavericks out? You just think it's going to be a route now? Because he's still not using He's not using Hardaway. He's not using Exum. Exum gave him stuff.
Hardaway and Exum ain't gonna make no difference. In basketball, it's always the team that has the most talent and the most depth. You're gonna win. Mm-hmm. Especially if you know how to put it together, and depending on also the matchup who you're playing against.
Right.
You're playing against a matchup where you have way too many options.
Yeah.
You have too many options that have to be stopped. And when the other team doesn't have as many, it's simple. Mm-hmm. You can go 5 deep scoring, and they can only go at the most 3 deep. As far as a scorer who will take over and dominate the game. Outside of Doncic and Kyrie, you got one other guy who you can think about that may get hot, and that's Hardaway Jr.
But that's the thing, though. They don't in this NBA. You don't need one particular guy or a couple particular guys that can just take over a game. You need a whole team that can do that if you're gonna win. It's like that. That's how Denver won last year. And what is it? In the start of that third quarter in game one, that's how they got back in the game by everybody going to the cup, not just Luka and Kyrie. Everybody was doing that.
They got back into the game because they hit 9 out of 17 shots to start the third, and Boston hit 2 out of 10. They called timeout. We going an 8-0 run. Think about it. At halftime, Boston was up 21. End of the third quarter, Boston was up 20. What happened? Nothing. You see what I'm saying?
I hear you, but
I'm just saying they went on a
that
run.
Third though, they cut it to 8. That's when they went on a run.
And then we called a timeout, and then we went on a run.
But you know what it was though too. Since you went back and watched the tape, did you see what they changed defensively?
They went to a zone.
Why in the hell couldn't they break a 2-3 zone? Like, coach, like y'all, like why that is. Y'all let a 2-3 zone.
You have to look at who was
you
in
let
the
them
game
catch all
at
the way
time.
back up with that. Like that's.
You got to look at who was in the game at the time. That's all. A lot of people don't even chip off of Porzingis didn't play a lot or didn't do a lot in the second half. But in that third quarter, when people want to try to lament Jason, go back to the third quarter. And go back to that, like I said, when they call that timeout, it's 72-64. Boston called a timeout. We come out of the timeout, 8-0 run. Jason dominated that run. Jason and Jalen. Game over then.
Yeah.
Because then, essentially, we go right back up, like I said, 20. We go into the fourth quarter up 20. That means that run that they had at the beginning of the third, it didn't amount to anything.
Yeah. All they did was just cut it to 8.
Because at the end, all we did was lose. All they did was cut 1 point off the lead. So you can do all that all you want to start the quarter, but you got to end it. And like I said, if you only shave off 1 point, now we going into the fourth up 20. There's no way you're supposed to lose that game.
Right.
Now, actually tonight, it may be a little closer, but the same kind of thing might happen tonight. Because the problem is, for Dallas, you have too many guys who can actually be the star of the night for Boston. It's not one guy who got to dominate every night like y'all's system.
Right.
Or two guys. They have to have, matter of fact, I'm sorry, one of their stars has to always show up. If one of their stars don't beat her, it's over because we got too many options. They got to have too many of us have to have a bad game.
No doubt.
Way too many of us got to have a bad game, and they got to have too many guys have a great game.
Right.
They got to. What I mean is, too many of their others have to step up.
Right.
Normally, the recipe is, one other, he may step up and shine, and then he helps the two stars.
Yeah.
You got to have essentially two others step up because we got too many stars.
They need all 5 other players to get in points if they're gonna win a game. That's how it's gonna go, and they're gonna need all of them to play damn near out of their mind to win a couple games. But to me though, Kyrie, I wasn't going into this fearing Kyrie or so worried about Kyrie. The man averaged 6 points in a half. Throughout the playoffs, like 6 points. I'm not, in first halves of playoff basketball in 2024.
Well, you tripping.
I'm not.
That's Kyrie Irving.
I'm not worried about that dude like that because what is he? If you watch him throughout these playoffs, I don't think he's had one game, Coach, where he's given 4 quarters the whole game. Listen to what I'm saying so fast before you respond. I know, but again, you just keep harping on a player that'll take over, a player to take over. You just said that, even though, to me, I think this NBA, you don't need that. But he hasn't even been able to do that. And you saying that's what Dallas needs? If that's what Dallas needs for them to win is 2 of their players to be able to take over, he can't give you that for 4 quarters. Luka can, but he can't.
Comical. That is seriously comical.
What do you mean he hasn't done it? Show me. What game has he done it?
That he took over for a whole game?
A whole game.
It was one of those games in the conference semis.
Which one? Against who?
I don't know exactly
the one against
the game
OKC.
exactly.
Against OKC,
it was one of those games.
He had halves.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Kyrie Irving once again.
I'm just saying.
That's still Kyrie Irving. That's still the author of one of the greatest shots in NBA history. He's certified, stamped.
Okay, guess what?
That's what I'm saying. It don't matter if
you can be a little too old to do it for a whole game, bro.
You can't be serious.
I'm super serious.
Kyrie too old.
I'm not. I don't look. To me, explain this to me, man. You just saw what he gave. He gave 12 points in the last game.
I don't give a fuck.
All right then,
because that's Kyrie Irving. Because he's already cemented.
But why are you so much on this man's nuts? Because
he's Kyrie Irving.
He's not on the team anymore. He shitted on your team.
I don't give a fuck about none of that stuff, man.
Every game to us since he stumped on Lucky. Since he's been gone, he's lost every game to us.
And we was talking about jinxes. That's the jinx.
But every game, why do you fear someone who cannot beat us?
Because he's still Kyrie Irving.
He can't beat us.
I don't care about any of that, any other exterior stuff. Skill wise and who that man is and what he's done on the court, he gets that much respect.
You tripping? You tripping.
I don't care. Okay.
You tripping. You overdoing it. I don't mind giving him his respect. I don't care. Okay.
You tripping.
You overdoing it. I don't mind giving him his respect. I have not
That
been.
man is an NBA great. He's a legend. He's
Duh.
a legend.
I know all that, fam. But what you're doing, you're taking it. You're making it personal with him, in personal the wrong way. Like you taking it personal. Like I got to take up for this dude.
No,
like
I'm,
you know what I'm saying.
No, what I'm saying is I know what he's capable of and what he will do, what he can and will do, and I know what aggressive scoring point guards do to Derek White and Drew Holiday. When they really want to, aggressive scoring point guards get it off on them. Check out
what aggressive scoring point guards have got off on them because they the best defensive
Darius
backcourt this season.
Darius Garland got him for over 30. Couple of times.
Garland was the only one scoring on that Cavs team.
No, I ain't even talking about. I'm not talking about it in the playoffs. This has happened multiple times.
Season?
This has happened multiple times. Please. I've seen
who else?
Trey. I've seen Trey get at us. I've seen scoring.
Trey get at everybody.
But you asking me about guys who have got at them. I've seen guards who really get down scoring, have good games against them. Now they don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like this shit happens all the time.
Right.
But I've seen guys who get at them.
Okay.
It happens in the league.
I'm not worried about it.
I'm not worried either. All I'm saying is
players.
All I'm saying is point blank. Dallas got some issues they got to address, and
they do.
You got a short time to get it done. And I hope them tickets for Game 4 really go down low, because I really wouldn't mind being there next Monday.
Hell no. I know that's
Straight
right.
up.
Question for you, though, and this is to my point. I bet you $20 right now Kyrie don't have a good game this whole series. And I mean, when I say that, I mean a complete game, not a half and not a quarter.
What? Okay, so a good game to you is Kyrie scoring how many points?
He got to have at least 8 points every quarter. Eight
so,
plus
wait a
every quarter.
Wait a minute.
8,
so
9
no,
points
listen
every quarter.
to what I'm saying. So you're saying he has to have at least 32 points.
And I want to see it throughout the game.
No.
I want to see it.
Do you know what I'm saying? If he got 32, that means he dominating their offense.
But he could just do it for a half. Because look, I'm with you.
8
Coach,
points a quarter,
Coach, I'm with you. Kyrie, man, nice. I know he's one of the sickest cats in the league. All that stuff about that shot in his career, I get it. Dude been dope since the dude was so dope. And those of you that got a question and you got a comment you want to chime in, call in the show 515-599-1687. I was remiss in not mentioning that earlier. I apologize. 515-599-1687. One more time. 515-599-1687. You can call in. Because
we ain't got nowhere.
We got time. We going. Call in with your finals take. Call in with your basketball take. Call in with your sports take. Call in with your cannabis take if you got one. But to me, the cat cannot do it for 4 whole quarters. And I'll put money on it right now that if he gets his 32, it'll be probably in one half or the other. And if you can kick ass for a half, that's cool and all.
He ain't scoring
but I want to
30
see it the whole time.
He's not scoring 30 and a half. And if he got 32 points, that means Luka got over 40.
Again, I want to see him do it for a whole
I'm
game.
just saying you got to think about their offensive philosophy. If he got over 32 plus, how many you think Luka gonna have? 20? 25? Luka gonna have over 40.
Okay, I just want to see him do it for a whole game because I don't think he could do it no more.
But my point being is requiring him to score that much. That ain't gonna work because that's not how their offense work. Luka would have to have the same amount, if not more, and that just means
he's gonna have to.
That means that if both of them got that, that means our defense really ain't working. Because you can't get both of them. Because the philosophy that we playing is let Luka get his and you stop everybody else.
All right. Well, fast forward to let's go to 7:00 Central Standard Time tonight. Game 2. To me, I see adjustments as in it's always and tell me if I'm wrong. It's always in the NBA Finals. It's usually 8 times out of 10. It's always a bench player, a role player coming out of nowhere and doing something. I don't know if it's going to be Jaden Hart. I think it's Jaden Harden. That his
It
name?
ain't gonna be nobody for the Mavericks doing anything.
Exum Hardaway Jr. I don't know who it is, but I see somebody for Dallas. I see J Kidd making adjustments. I just don't see tonight's game as the blowout game that game one was. And another thing too, before KP came in that game, they was kind of close with the C's. You know what I'm saying? They were right there. Mavs
After
were-
a couple of minutes, I might give a fuck about the first couple of minutes.
I hear you. I'm just saying. That's got to be
and
said.
when he
That's
came
gotta
in
be
the
said.
game, they don't have anything they can do.
That's true.
They don't have a matchup that they can exploit. But that's what the game is about, matchups.
I'm still worried about that cat health, dude. Like every time he jumps in the air, I feel like Boney Wonder gonna hurt himself. Every time he jumps, especially when he's under the basket jumping. Like I know he good on that 3-point line. That's where he live. But anything in that paint, man, this matchup. I'm telling you right now, this is so. If J Kidd starts to press Gafford and make Gafford a big time scorer down there, KP's not gonna be able to. Al's gonna have to jump on that. You know what I'm saying? Because KP can't. I don't trust him on cats on centers in the paint. I just don't.
You better check KP stats.
Bruh, tell me
for his career. As a matter of fact, no. Take this year out of the picture. Take this year out the picture. Take this year out the picture. I'm not talking about KP per se. I'm talking about Boston for the last 6 years. Outside of having our issues, mainly have been. We can go back.
Health.
No.
Health,
we can go back to Brad days. Our issues have been, besides having a small backcourt.
You keep it the game too.
Besides having a small backcourt, our main issue has been rebounding and a defensive presence on the inside because Robert Williams stayed hurt. We didn't have anybody on the inside who could consistently get us 10 boards a game, right?
Well, he could when he was out there, and Al could too.
But he stayed hurt.
Yeah, he did.
And Al wasn't getting 10 boards a game. But what I'm saying is, what Porzingis brings. Porzingis brings what we've been missing outside of having small point guards.
I get it.
We didn't have any rebounding, and we didn't have anyone who could act. Robin Lopez dominated us in the playoffs.
Robin Lopez is big as shit.
Not Brook.
Wait, Robin?
Robin dominated us for the Bulls.
When?
Couple of years ago in the playoffs, Robin Lopez got his shit off on us because we didn't have anybody on the inside who was a threat.
Robin, you sure?
Yes, I know
Robin
for
was
a fact.
With
Go
Chicago
back a couple of years when
you
Robin.
the one said it. You need to go back.
When we played the Bulls in the playoffs, Robin Lopez got it in on us.
Okay, look, I don't want to. We don't have to talk about
KP brings that presence.
We don't have to have. I get it. I get what you're saying, Famo.
Which is what he's going to bring tonight as well, bringing it back to game 2.
Mm-hmm.
That defensive presence that think about it, he was blocking dunks.
Yes, he was.
He brings the defensive presence that we need to free up Jason and Jalen.
I hear you.
And then when you pair Jason and Jalen on the wings, now you got the best defensive backcourt in the league. I'm talking shit like Paul Pierce.
I get it, but here's the thing. This is what I worry about, though, right? They didn't assert Gafford down in the paint. They didn't assert Lively down in the paint.
You can try to all you want to.
If you do that, you pound him constantly. You think he could take that for 4 quarters, or he could take that for 3? I don't think he can, fam.
In the immortal words of Mary J. Blige, you don't have to worry. I won't waste your time.
What the fuck?
That's on Who's the Man soundtrack. That was Mary's first single. You don't have to worry.
Okay.
You don't got to worry.
Oh, you have to. I remember
you ain't got to worry.
You
Celtics in 5. Gentlemen's sweep.
A movie that needs to be
Celtics in 5. Yeah. Shout out Ed Lover too. He just had his anniversary with his wife.
And Dr. Dre. A movie that needs to be remade ASAP is Who's the Man. That movie is amazing.
Shout out Dr. Dre because Dr. Dre lost his sight, and I'm talking about Dr. Dre from Your MTV Raps.
Word.
For all you young people.
Not the producer. Damn, he did.
Yeah, you got health issues. Take care of your health, people.
Word.
You're getting older. Take care of your health.
Please, whatever our age you at right now, take care of your health. You only get one body. You don't get another one.
So, to keep going here, best finals performance you've ever seen.
Well, okay, you ain't just gonna jump ahead like that. What is it?
We got to.
You game.
Unless you want me to go first, I got mine.
What is it?
Best
I
finals.
just want to say too. Game 2, Celtics will win tonight, and I still got season 6.
My
Season
bad.
6.
Uh,
And I do not mind being wrong if it's shorter games. Come on with it
Celtics in 5. Shout out Paul Pierce. But
all day.
best finals performance I've ever seen,
Go
and
ahead.
I've seen every final since 1980. I would say Isaiah Thomas in Game 6 in 1980, was it 88? When he hurt his ankle and he was playing on one foot. Isaiah Thomas owns the NBA record for most points scored in a quarter, and he did it on one leg. That brought
How
me
many
to
points did he have in that quarter?
25. It actually brought me. It literally brought me to tears
Of course he did.
because I'm looking at this dude straight give his all
He couldn't even walk.
and
for real.
balling.
Yeah.
When I tell you balling, I've only seen a few instances like that in my life in person where I've seen a player just go out of his mind and just showing heart like that. But the way he balled that day, and I didn't even like the Pistons, and naturally I wasn't going for them, but I wanted
Better
them.
not
I
have.
wanted them to beat the Lakers. See, I don't root for other teams, but matter of fact, that was
You did
87.
right there.
That was 87 because that was the year that the Pistons finally put Boston out of the playoffs. And I ain't gonna never forget. I remember Kevin McHale gave Isaiah some dap on the court, and I was like, man, he real as fuck because he didn't have to do that. And they went on ahead and they won.
Told him to beat LA, but they did not. They lost.
But that's the best performance I've ever seen in the NBA Finals.
No, dude, that was '88, like you said, because in '87 Celtics went to the finals.
Yeah, I had to write the year wrong.
Yeah,
88,
you
but
had it right. It was '88, and in '88 they still Pistons still end up losing to the Lakers. That's when the Fakers were the Lakers, and they did their thing. Okay, that's your best one. And they ended up winning that game too, right? The Pistons against the Lakers. Come on, man. How's this happen? Your moment you don't know.
cannot remember.
You better look that up. Look that up. Because I think they won the game, and I would have that as mine, but they did not win the series. So I got to go somewhere else with it. But if you win that game,
it's just performance. It ain't got nothing to do with the
yeah, I hear
team
you.
or anything.
I hear you. I think, for me personally, it was Game 1, 1992 NBA Finals. GOAT came out and just was berserk. Broke a finals record, most threes and a half. Had 6 threes in one half. Now nowadays, I don't know. You hit 6 threes and a half right now. That's if you hit 6 threes in a quarter, that's a big deal. You hit 6 threes and a half, that's not a big deal right now. But to do that in Game 1 of the NBA Finals against the Portland Trail Blazers, and with Marv Albert and Magic calling the ball the way they were calling that game, and that's like my moment, like you said, when it's somebody that's out of their body. It's someone who's playing out of their body. That's that. Like that was ridiculous to me. That's my best finals performance by far. Well, not by far, but definitely my number one.
Honorable mention for me is Paul Pierce Game 1, 2008 Finals.
Yeah, he did clown in that.
That's just I don't care what nobody say. Fuck you, Benzino. That's gangster shit.
Yeah, Benzino ain't shit. He ain't never been shit. What is it? The second one is Zeke though, because that performance, like you said, that was ridiculous. I say worst finals performance I've ever seen is probably Jamie Harden in the 2012 OKC versus Miami final. That dude was just as invisible as that dude looked like Casper the Friendly Ghost out there. But the only difference is we could see Casper. Like, that cat did nothing, gave nothing. That was my worst finals performance I've ever seen. I was shocked by it, and everybody said he was so good. And I was just like, I don't know. This kind of looks like how this cat is. And guess what? That's kind of been his not kind of. That's been his whole career. What is your worst finals performance? You found out they won the game because they won the game.
No, they lost that game 103-102.
Whoa, for real? Even with him doing all that? Wow, they lost that game. That's sad.
Yeah, they lost that game.
You go until 3:30, right? You got to leave at 3.
Oh no, we good.
Oh, okay, cool. Thought you was rushing. All right, what's your worst? Because I'm ready to get to today in NBA history for real.
I would say worst performance I've seen in the finals. I would say LeBron's cumulative performance in 2011 against the Mavs. That probably might. I would say that's the worst performance I've seen in the finals by a superstar.
That's a good call. Yeah.
You know, even though I got a lot of love for him, I still go by the facts as well. Though it was a bad performance for my guy.
Right.
On a whole, like I said, it was a bad performance.
Right. Scared to post up JJ Barea.
By his standards, and some of it, I try to break it down from a psychological level. Even when it comes to him, in your example, as far as James Harden, I think that may have set a standard for his career mentally when you go through that. And think about it, he was a very extremely young player. He was very young. What I mean is, when that happens to you at a very young age, if you don't get the mental preparation put in to deal with that, then your career can go one or two ways. Think about Kobe and the air balls.
But no. I 100% get what you're saying, but he obviously went the other way. Look how many championships he got.
No, what I'm saying, what I mean is.
Are you talking about him or Jamie?
No, I'm talking about James Harden.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is, the direction that his career went. Yeah, you're still a great player individual wise, but since that happened to you at such a young age and you didn't get the mental help that you needed, in my eyes, that's what's happened to your career. That's why you come up short in big moments, because it happened to you at a very young age in the league. Yeah. And instead of becoming more, you were a gym rat, but you were a partier also. Yeah. Unlike Mamba, who was a gym rat but wasn't a partier. His air balls, his negative situations, he turned that into a positive.
Yes, he did.
Whereas with Harden, in the situation that you were in, you didn't turn that into a positive. LeBron, he turned that performance into a positive. Because think about when he came back in 2012, he was playing so out of his mind, the league said, man, we don't even want you wearing a black mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
What kind of shit is that?
Yeah. Like, see, and I didn't want to bring it up, but since you went that way with it, I had no respect for Bron's game at all, because he was like what you said. In late game situations, he would not show it. Like against the Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals, he had it the whole way. He kind of led throughout, so he didn't really have to. He had no comeback games in that series.
Yeah, he scored 29 straight.
I know, but it was 29 straight. They
needed that 29 straight. The game went to OT.
Was that he did that in the fourth?
Yeah.
You sure? Because
you need to pull up his clutch moments mixtape.
Oh, okay,
that shit is long.
Here's the thing. He doesn't. Early in his career, clutch moments, the only really one he had was that against the Pistons and stuff. But then went.
That's not true, though. You got all kind of playoff game winners against the Wizards.
Orlando Magic. The Wizards,
it don't matter. They game winners in the playoffs.
But okay.
You're talking about clutch situations. You can't move the goalposts if they clutch situations.
Okay.
It don't matter who you playing.
Listen to what I'm saying. You won't even let me get it all the way out. What I'm saying is that he never really had that cemented clutch moment, because them little fadeaway threes.
The Pistons was
Let me fucking finish. Let me finish. The little bullshit fucking fadeaway shot that you hit against. I don't even remember the one against the Wizards you talking about. Bring that up. The one that you hit against Orlando, you had to do that just to beat an Orlando team who didn't have much on that squad. Now, granted, they made it to the finals. Only reason they made it to the finals that year is because KG was hurt. He had no moment until 2012 against when he was with Miami against us.
That makes sense.
That was his real moment. All that shit before that was just cake. That was just bullshit.
That's completely wrong.
That's the truth, though.
No, it's not.
That's the truth, though.
The Pistons were the defending champions.
I get it.
So how is that not a significant moment? They were the best defense in the league, and you scored 29 straight out of 45. And you win it. The game was in Detroit.
How many times did he go to the free throw line?
It don't make a difference. That makes no difference. You won the game. You beat a team. You beat the best team in the league single-handedly. And you saying that's not a great moment?
To me,
that makes no sense.
He didn't have no moment till that 2012.
That makes no sense.
He didn't have no moment till that 2012.
You saying you beat
you know what?
In the playoffs.
For the sake of basketball, for the sake of being right, I'm gonna go back and peep that game. That game. And all I want to know is if that cat went to the free throw line more than the entire Pistons in that fourth quarter, which the fuck I think he did. No, that ain't it.
You ever heard of the Phoenix Suns in 1993?
That ain't it. I'm talking.
The Phoenix Suns.
You're not about to bring Chuck's Suns into this.
How many free throws did he shoot?
07 Pistons.
How many free throws did Barkley shoot in the conference finals game? He shot over 20.
Pistons. Bro, I'm just saying.
He shot more than the Sonics himself.
That ain't right neither.
They won the game and went to the finals.
So what?
So wait a minute. Was it okay for Barkley to get that many free throws?
No.
But no one trips off of it though, right?
They should. You don't. The only reason the Fakers was in it in the 2010 NBA Finals in that goddamn Game 7 is because they sent Kobe to the line damn near every goddamn possession in the second half. We know that.
You gotta make them.
What the fuck?
You can't do shit about it. If that's how the game get called, and you make them, you make them. You don't, you don't. You can't. You can't fault somebody for who they're playing in the playoffs or in the finals.
You making me take it somewhere else. But all I'm saying is, I'm gonna go back and peep that game. I really am. But to me, that's when I got the respect for Bron. When he did that shit against in 2012, and by his fucking on that dope ass Miami team against that fucking ready to go ass trying to get one more fucking Boston team, like, bruh, all I'm saying, that shit was on hit. All right, today in NBA history, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what it is. You gave it to me. June 9th, Chicago. What was it? Why is it 5? As in they were the 5th seed? What does that mean, 5? Does that mean 5th seed?
No, they talking about the number of turnovers that they had.
Oh, yeah. Chicago with 5 and the Lakers with 10 combined for a then NBA Finals low 15 turnovers in Game 4 at the Great Western Forum. 97-82 win for the Bulls that gave them a 3-1 series lead. I didn't know that was so significant, but yep, that was a finals record for lowest turnovers, which was 15. And of course, Bulls only had 5, and then they went on, and Goat went on to win his first ever NBA championship. So yeah, that was that. Well, I mean, we had to talk about it.
I have no thoughts on that whatsoever.
Why not? Shit, you found the stat. It was a good stat.
Shout out to this day in NBA history. But hey, I could care less about that series.
I loved it. I got to talk so much shit to my mom because my mom just knew Magic old ass was going to win another one. I was like, I don't know why you thought that.
It does reinforce how defense is played in the playoffs and in the finals. Defense does get turned up a notch, no matter what people think about scoring and too much shooting and all of this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
When the playoffs come, this is what you get, point blank. So that's why I don't lament the game, because I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen when the playoffs start.
Right. And for those of you that get pissed off and say, well, why don't they play like this year round, and why isn't it always like this? Like, get it? Look, I understand, but you can't be this physical year round. You just can't. And motherfuckers would not. They barely can make it to the damn finish line in the playoffs as is. If you let them cats play like this year round, shit.
That's the misnomer about basketball in the 80s and the 90s. it wasn't as physical as people try to make it out to be. It's physical in the playoffs. It wasn't that physical during the season. As just things aren't the same, things ain't no different. It's just the game was played at a different tempo and different philosophies. Once you change the philosophy of how to play, it's gonna look different.
Right.
Shout out to John McClendon, the father of fast break basketball.
Oh my God, we love you, John. That is the man right there, boy. John McClendon. I took these when I was at the oh man, I'll tell you one thing, Coach. Have you been to the Basketball Hall of Fame yet?
I sent you pictures from the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Okay, so you did go when you was up there for that game.
Of course I went.
Okay. Hopefully when you went a couple years ago, it was nicer, because when I went 2 months ago, bruh, it really disappointed me.
I'm tripping.
Say what?
You tripping.
Man, it just compared to what. Let me ask you this: when you went, right, where did they have all the, like, everybody who was inducted? Was it in that room, or was it still in the thing above you with everybody's faces? I'm at a loss to the question again. It's okay. It's basically how it used to be in the hall. That everyone who's inducted, there's like a face, there's a picture of their face and their name, and it's on that big ass ball, that ball that's like the roof of the Hall of Fame. It's no longer that.
You mean like banners?
No, not banners. It was like a nice picture of them and their face, the picture of their face and their name. Those are the people that are inducted. And you look up and you can see it. It's all along. You was there when it was a ball. Remember that big ass ball that's like the roof of the Hall of Fame? The big basketball?
Yeah.
They're the inside of the ball. It's no longer like that. Now they're in a room, and you go in a room and look at it.
Oh, okay.
What I'm asking you is, when you went, how was it? Did you go in a room to see who it was, and you had to hit it on a computer, on a screen, and look at it like that?
They had that as well. It was like they had both.
Okay.
See, like when I went, they had just had the Kobe exhibit that just debuted.
Oh,
And,
okay.
Vanessa had did that.
Yeah.
And they had every Kobe shoe.
I looked
Oh,
at it.
it was great. And
Okay.
that actually invoked some tears as well.
They had every Kobe shoe. They didn't have that when I was there.
Man, that exhibit was off the hook. She did her thing. That
That's what's
exhibit
up.
that I had to go live on Facebook just for my straight up Laker fans at the time,
Yeah.
because it was that dope.
Yeah.
But to me, you know, when I was at the Basketball Hall of Fame, man, I was like John Coffey sitting up in the theater. I was in heaven, straight up.
Yeah.
Because just seeing everything and just being, you know, this is the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't get no better than this.
Yeah.
And I just encourage any basketball fan, man, you please go, because this is just, you know, like they say, like the book, you know, on the shoulders of giants. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And if you love the game, excuse me, if you love the game, it's well worth it.
Right.
It's just and it's a dispensary right outside.
Yeah, it sure is.
My dumb ass left my my debit card on the hotel room bed though.
Oh, snap.
Man, I was tripping. Cause
snap.
when I get there,
What hotel you stay at?
shit, I don't know, somewhere about the airport
Okay.
in Boston.
In Connecticut. Oh, in Boston. Okay.
So I'm there Saturday morning when they open. Literally, I'm waiting on the lot.
You left your debit card in Boston and went to Springfield?
I didn't know.
Oh, shit.
So when like I said, I'm waiting on the lot, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, I see the dispensary. I'm all like, cool. I'm finna get in this motherfucker. I'm leaving. I'm getting there when they open.
Yeah.
My plan is I'm leaving at 12, no later than 12:30, because I got to get to Uncasville, because I was going to the Springfield basketball. It was 2 games.
Yeah, and that was in Connecticut.
So I'm like,
Which it shouldn't have been. It should have been in Springfield.
cool. I can knock out everything in 2.5 hours, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna leave here. The dispensary right here.
Yeah.
Smoke on the way through Connecticut. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
As soon as I leave, 12:30, pull right up to the dispensary. I'm like, God damn, I ain't got my debit card. I'm like, I got a choice to make.
How'd you pay to get in the Hall of Fame?
I had already had my ticket and everything.
Oh.
So I'm like, shit. I'm like, dog. I did the calculation. I'm like, it's an hour and 22 minutes back to the hotel room. It's an hour and 36 minutes to to Connecticut. Fuck that debit card. I got to get to this game.
Yeah, for real.
And when I got to the game, it was like halftime.
Okay.
And, it was I think it was Purdue and was it Purdue? No, Carolina and Tennessee. No. It was Purdue and forgot where they played.
How much were the tickets?
Shit, I don't
And
know.
this was tied in with the Hall of Fame.
It was the Hall of Fame Classic at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Why the fuck is that in goddamn Connecticut? And it's bullshit. Like, yo,
you gotta try to make sure that the region.
no,
gets
that's not
some money.
it. That's not it.
You gotta make sure
Keep
that
finish your story.
But
that's not
it was yeah, and I tripped leaving after the second game.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to a game that night back in Boston. What it was the night before it was the Celtics and the Lakers,
Damn right.
and then the next night it was Boston and OKC.
Oh, you was going to both? I forgot you went to both.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm leaving.
Tight.
I'm leaving the second game in Connecticut, and I'm like, damn, I want to drive through Rhode Island just so I can say I've been through the state. But I'm blown and I'm tripping. I'm like, man, fuck, I'm just gonna go back the same way I went.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I should have did that shit because it wasn't nothing but like
You got
10
back.
or 15 minutes difference.
Yeah.
But I would have got a chance to say like, I've been in Rhode Island. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's so close.
I know.
Everything is done close
when
up
I
there.
didn't do it, I'm like, man, why the fuck you didn't do that shit? You fucking idiot. It's fucking right up here.
It is.
Man, I was like, man,
It's
what the
right
fuck are
there.
you thinking about?
That shit is dumb close.
It
yo.
fucking went back
All
the
that
same
shit.
way and shit.
Yeah.
But
all that shit.
when I get to the casino, I had on my Hartford jacket.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers was like, man, damn, that motherfucking jacket.
Hell,
raw.
oh, you wore that at Uncasville?
I was in Connecticut. Of course, I'm wearing my jacket.
Hard,
Of course.
Those of you that don't understand, I'm excited about that because that is a Hartford Whalers jacket. Hartford Whalers are no longer the Hartford Whalers. They are currently the Carolina Hurricanes. And yeah, anything Hartford Whalers you see is some shit you can't just readily buy. That shit is hard.
One more thing from that story though.
Go ahead.
There's a song by Memphis Bleak called "I Get High,"
Yeah.
and on the hook, rolling down the I-95, I get high. That was the greatest feeling in the world to play that song and be on the 95 getting high.
Yeah, buddy.
Straight up.
It's our highway up there. That's the East Coast shit. Yeah.
If anybody don't know, I-95 goes from Miami all the way up the eastern seaboard. You can see every big city except Charlotte.
Go to
Charlotte
Maine.
ain't on 95.
That mug goes to Maine.
Well, once you get to Boston, we don't really give a fuck anything past Boston. But trying to see.
Shout out to New Hampshire because Timberland is out there, mug. Shout out New Hampshire for real. First state to I think New
trying to
Hampshire
see
was the
nothing
first one to
past
legalize
Boston,
it.
straight
Vermont.
up.
Say what?
I ain't trying to see nothing past Boston.
I feel you. All right, so I just want to say this: you are 100% correct what you say about the Hall of Fame. Those of you that have not been there, y'all need a 1,000,000% go. It is dope. If you are a basketball fan, you need to hurry up and go. You will love it. Those of you that know the Hall of Fame backwards and forwards like I do, and those of you that grew up with it, and those of you that remember it just from 4 short years ago, Hall of Fame, step your fucking game up because it was fucking pathetic. You don't have any of the cool shit you used to have. You don't have any of the interactive games. The only thing y'all got interactive still is you got the TNT booth where you can like pretend like you're on a TNT thing with
That was great.
with Inside the NBA. That was sick. There's no jumping games anymore. There's no interactive games throughout the Hall of Fame anymore. The only thing you can do interactive is Inside the NBA and shoot basketballs at all the goals. Where's all the goals? Where's the goal that I remember seeing when I was a kid that was literally from the 18 fucking hundreds that goddamn Dr. James Naismith touch? Where's that hoop at? And where's the hoops from every evolution of basketball, every decade, how it changes, how the hoop and the backboard would change? Where's all that? Where's the more history of the game? Like I just don't understand that. That pissed me off. Hall of Fame, do better. And another thing, stop letting Connecticut take your shit because it's not about spreading it out throughout the region. It's just not letting Springfield get what the fuck they're supposed to get in NBA. How about you do the right thing and bring the goddamn Basketball Hall of Fame game back to Springfield, Massachusetts, and kick off the NBA season in Springfield like y'all supposed to. All right. And like y'all always goddamn did. That's so, next thing, I got 2 CC stories on here. I'm not going to do both. I'm only going to do one. This one to me, I think it's a nothing burger, but I want to know what you think about it. Clark being left off the Olympic team. What you think about that?
This thing on?
Huh?
I was just making sure. I give a fuck less about that.
Okay.
Because who gives a fuck? Yet when you look at
Well,
the
there's a lot of people that
when,
give
you,
a
when you
fuck.
look at the roster of who's going to make it, why replace who? Jewel Lloyd, Sabrina,
Yep.
Kelsey Plum.
Yep.
Why are we taking any of these players off?
I even heard you right, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I even heard people upset that Tarazi got in before this other female that should be on ahead of Tarazi, and that's Tarazi. That's Dana.
This is what they do on the men's side.
Y'all bugging.
When you want, they know Diane is on her last run, so you let her get on the team.
Exactly.
And then you get her medal on her way out the door.
Did that shit on? We did that on the men's side too. Like
there is nobody on this team. Now, actually, the bigger snub is Erica Ogunbowale, something like that. I'm sorry, Miss Lady, that I destroyed your name.
Start the day, we can't
But
say
she's getting 26.9 points a game. Why? That's where the problem comes at. She's left off. Fuck Caitlin Clark. Nobody give a fuck about her. When it comes to hooping, I know I don't.
There's a race of people
Because what I'm saying is, like Diana said, which Gino backed up. She wasn't bullshitting when she said she going for a rude awakening.
Right.
These are grown women that you hooping against.
Right.
And your skill set, like Gino said,
Yep.
your skill set for the team that you're on, it does not dictate for what the media tried to put out there.
Right.
That's what I was saying before. The media will always try to throw a story out in some kind of way, control the narrative.
Right.
But when you get on the court, hooping takes over. And that's why I try to tell people, go back to the championship game,
Right.
in the NCAA championship game.
Right.
Shout out to Raven, my girl from South Carolina. Put the locks on her.
Word. She
Put the
did.
locks like Styles P on her.
She did though.
Yeah, she had her little 22, but when it was time,
Yeah.
Raven put the locks on her. But
She
they don't
did.
talk about that.
Word.
They don't talk about that.
They don't.
It's been a lot of worse things that have happened to players on the court
doubt.
in the dub
Yeah.
than that little bump that she got.
Yeah.
Her being left off this team.
Yeah.
Find somebody that you're gonna take off and explain why
Yeah.
to anybody who talking about anything about her being left off this squad.
Right.
That's like saying a middling NBA player didn't make the Team USA.
You know what's funny when it comes to this Clark thing, right? And it's with her being left off the team, or just like all this in general. When you hear people that know women's basketball in and out, they say the same. They say the complete opposite of what all these newbies are saying. I only pay attention because of Caitlin Clark. I don't give a damn about that sport. The only reason I care is. But when you listen to people that know the sport in and out, they tell you what's going on. Like Gino broke it. I mean, everybody has broke this shit down so perfectly, and Gino breaking it down on Dan Patrick's show was good God. Like you can't you're over here, you're playing, your skill set is not, and your size does not do you any favors against this top tier talent you're playing. And also, guess what? You're playing against talent that are pre-pissed at you because they've been slighted. They've been slighted. Nobody talks about that, though. And when you talk about that, you use the jealousy word when it comes to the women, which I don't think is fair. And Miss Beadle said this on her show, Beadle Decker. Now, she didn't call out Charles Barkley when he said the same fucking thing on her show. And I wish she would have called him out while he was on there. But she doesn't like the jealousy word. Her thing is resentment, and I think resentment is more like it because these women are being slighted just for her, and that's why everybody who is crying wolf about Cece right now, Caitlin Clark not being on the Olympics or being mistreated in the WNBA. These are people that do not know women's basketball. And when you hear someone like Christine Brennan, who has been a lead sports journalist for decades and is a female journalist, and when you just see her just bending over backwards, it's just like, what? You can't help but think this is just, white media taking up for the white girl. Like, my good God, that's what it really is. Shit.
To me, it begs the question: when you say they've been slighted, why have they been slighted? It's because, just like my guy Bill Burr says, women don't support women's basketball. Point blank. If women got behind women's basketball, it wouldn't be an issue.
Well, I wouldn't. First off, when you start generalizing like that, I wouldn't do that because for years, who was the main people that supported women's basketball? Lesbian women. So
No. I
don't
understand
say
that,
women
but
don't support women's basketball. That makes no sense.
They don't. If they
do.
did, okay.
They were the main people that kept the shit afloat for years. Like, come on now.
I'm just saying it ain't been. No, the only thing that's kept them afloat.
Women support women. Not now, maybe not all, but women support women's basketball. And guess what? Basketball fans support women's basketball.
The majority of women do not support women's basketball.
The majority of women don't like sports fans.
No,
that's not fair.
The question we're only discussing women supporting the WNBA.
No, we're not. You said
no.
That.
That's what I'm saying. That's the subject that I'm bringing up.
But
women don't. Women on a whole don't support the WNBA.
Women as a whole don't watch sports. So
we're not talking about all sports. We're only talking about the WNBA and why they're in the state that they're in. When you say that they feel slighted, yes, that is true. They have been slighted, but for years, if your own gender would really get behind you like they should, you would be just as popular, if not more popular than the NBA. Women dictate so much in this country when it comes to shopping or anything. When women get behind.
They don't dictate sports. We do.
When women get behind anything, what I'm saying is, you already have the men who are subsidizing the league with that money. If women come in and bring in the money that they can bring in, then it would grow up exponentially.
I totally disagree, bro. You're on your own with that one. You could do a poll on Twitter or some damn where, because I totally disagree with that, because we haven't supported that.
How many women do you know that know 5 WNBA teams?
Here's the thing. Say what?
How many women do you know that know 5 WNBA teams? Even with Caitlin Clark in the league.
I don't know men or women that know 5 WNBA.
We're only talking about women.
But why though?
Because women have this strong belief in sisterhood.
But this argument is silly. That's like what Chuck said when he just blasted the women and shit when he on Inside. That wasn't fair. You blast everybody because what LeBron said, and Chuck tried to use that as a reason to blast women, was completely wrong. LeBron was talking about people hating on Clark, people hating on his son Bronny, and all they just trying to do is play at the next level. That's it. And I'll be honest with you, I agree with Bron. I disagree with you, and I disagree with Chuck, because y'all just trying to hate on one gender of women.
You really think women are just...
Not hate, my bad, wrong word.
You really think women are behind the WNBA?
Say what?
You really think women are really behind the WNBA and just pushing them so hard?
Their number one fan base is LGBTQ women. What you talking about? Okay. That's their number one fan base.
Why are their numbers down so much?
Huh?
Why are their numbers consistent? As a matter of fact, as a business model, 25 straight years losing money.
I don't know. Well, first off, I don't know about that. In second,
that's the truth. That's a fact.
You got to show me that. I live in Missouri.
That's a fact. That's an actual fact.
But guess what? They damn sure ain't losing money now.
What makes you think that? These games? You think these games are sold out? You think all these WNBA teams are selling their games out?
I mean, first off, every Fever game is sold out, and what is it? Almost every time the Fever plays somebody, that game is sold out. And what is it? The Aces games are sold out. What else? I know Chicago Sky
as a whole.
I mean, Chicago Sky. I know their ticket sales are up. Dreams ticket sales.
You know where the Chicago Sky play at?
Liberty's ticket sales are up.
You know where the Chicago Sky play at? They don't even play in Wintrust Arena. What
the hell is Wintrust Arena?
Some small ass arena in Chicago.
You said they don't even play there. What?
They used to play there. I don't even think they play there no more.
Okay, I mean,
when you playing at college arenas that only hold 5,000, and you ain't even selling those out. Every team is not selling out.
So and then so what? It's having more people and more eyeballs look at it ever before this year. And guess what? More people are going to games.
You keep believing that bullshit that the media is putting out.
You don't think more people are going to games?
No, it ain't more people going to games. It's the same.
What's the fact? Show me.
What? Okay.
Show me, because all I'm seeing is their ticket sales and revenue going up. Okay. What you talking about?
Their revenue has went up.
Yeah. I know if ticket sales and merch sales have gone up exponentially in that league, then how the fuck does the revenue for it not go up? Come on, man. You're not making sense, coach.
Because they ain't been making no money from the beginning. Your ticket sales can still go up, but you still ain't making money from no merch. No, you ain't making money from no sellouts, from no concessions. You're not playing in 18,000 and 20,000 seat arenas. You playing in 4,000 and 5,000 seat arenas. You're not making no huge money. They haven't made money in over 20 years.
That's okay. Here's another thing. If you would like, I bet you $50 right now that they have the biggest year in revenue and sales that they've ever had this year. I'll bet it at the end of the season. What you want to bet? What you want to bet? You don't want to take that bet because you know that's the true. I don't understand.
Oh, that's fine.
This argument is stupid. All right. Anyway, moving on, man.
Up 93% from nothing though. It's not like you already
nothing. You act like nobody watched the WNBA before, man. Like
what are the WNBA players complaining about? Pay.
I get it, but
right, and they want to. They say they want a bigger piece of the revenue. They're not generating any revenue though.
Why are you acting like nobody watched the WNBA before?
They're not generating
great
revenue.
Finals last year in the WNBA with the Aces winning again. What you talking about?
I'm not saying that's not happening. But what I'm telling you is a fact. They have not been generating revenue. The NBA has been holding them, subsidizing them. They haven't generated revenue in over 20 years. Any other business would have been put out of business.
Okay, but they are now. Yeah, it's a good thing they have if they didn't have the NBA with them, they probably wouldn't have made it. Yeah. What again? What's your point? I don't get. You're not making any sense. What's your point?
What's your point? My point is they don't get viewership. They don't get the not sponsorship. They don't get the viewership. They don't get the backing from women as a whole. That's what I'm saying. There are more women who are NBA fans that are WNBA fans. There are more women who know about NBA players and teams than they knew about WNBA players and teams. Mm-hmm. That is a problem.
That's because the NBA, they grew up with the NBA. They probably didn't grow up with the WNBA, fam. You know that.
There are girls who are growing up with the WNBA, man. The WNBA has been around for 25 years.
But guess what? There's women
that's a generation.
There's women that grew up with the NBA because it was watched in their households. Was the WNBA watched like that in their households? Maybe not. I watched a few games when I was a kid, but I watched it just because I liked Teresa Weatherspoon and Cheryl Swoops and Lisa Leslie and Kim Thompson.
You're making my point. Tina Nobody Thompson. Watches.
I mean, people do though. That's
not as many as you think. That's what I'm saying. There's not that many eyes.
I know it's not that.
Even with the spike they have now, there's not that many eyes. It's not.
It's way more now.
It's like being the best rapper right now.
But
you're the best in the field of zeros.
Your only point is WNBA would be more popular if all women watched it. All women.
Not if all women watched it, but if way more women watched it.
More women watched it. Guess what? More women are watching it now. If you don't believe it, listen to sports radio or tune in to fucking regular TV news because what is it? Mainstream news is talking about women's basketball now, something you've never seen before. All right, now this right here, I got to talk about this before we get out of here because this kind of pisses me off. And I've mentioned this before on the show, but, I just got to mention this. Wall Street Journal is reporting the NBA is closing in on a deal that will have Comcast, which is owned by NBC, ESPN, and Amazon will have the NBA TV rights for 11 years. Coach, do you know how much this deal is worth?
Probably some billions. It looks like, what's that, $76 billion?
$76 billion for 11 freaking years. Like, that's like almost can't even fathom, like, that much money. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that is ridiculous. The only thing I'm saying with this, I don't know if you give a shit or not, but I knowing you probably don't because you don't like stuff that's really good. Like you don't like Snickers, pepperoni pizza, peanut M&Ms. What's that face for?
You sure you want to read this?
Potato chips.
As of May 2024, the WNBA has never made a profit and is running at a loss. The league brings in around $200 million annually, but this is much less than the NBA's revenue, which is around $10 billion.
Yeah.
The WNBA also has a TV rights deal worth $65 million compared to the NBA's $2.8 billion contract. WNBA also plays 42 fewer games
per the NBA.
No, I'm not comparing it.
No, they are though. In those numbers, they are.
No, they're
In
not.
those-
They're not
they literally
comparing
are.
them. They're just showing
They are.
what the NBA makes versus what the NBA,
they
what
are
the WNBA.
comparing them. Yeah, that's-
but the
it's called a
first, what
comparison.
did the first comment say? The WNBA has never made a profit and is running at a loss. Is that not what I said?
Okay, I believe you on that, and I believed you when you said it. But again, we're on a new topic now, and what is it? Thank you for bringing us backwards. It's still. Do you? Let me ask you this: do you think when the new contract comes up, when it's about to come up for their media rights, do you think it'll be that deal that you said is what what was it?
$65 million contract.
$65 million for their TV rights. Do you think the new TV rights deal will be more than that?
Hell no.
Okay, I bet you money.
Well, the economy is moving up, but for the most part, it's going to be whatever the years are. It's going to be around the same thing.
I bet you money will be way more. I bet you money will be over $100 million. How much you want to bet?
At least $100.
You want to bet $100?
I know for a fact it won't be that high.
Bet. It'll be at least 100.
No, it won't.
Yes, it will.
No,
Bet
it
that.
won't.
That's a bet. That's a bet that.
That's what you, okay.
I can't wait for that. All right, so
easy
that
$100 I ever
so
made.
talking about their TV contract goes to this right here. The only thing I don't first off I don't know ESPN can't do a halftime in a post game and a pre. They just can't do it. They ain't been able to do it since they got rid of Beetle and Truth and Jayla Rose. If you ask me, that was the best ESPN basketball thing they had going on there. That was the last good a team they had. But to me, the only thing I hate about this is I don't like it going to NBC because NBC with Peacock, they're going to charge us to watch games. The reason why I say that is because in the last Olympics, if y'all don't remember, when they had Team USA versus Ukraine, or what is it? Damn sure not Ukraine. Team USA versus, I forget what country it was. Let's just say it was fucking Serbia. They charged us $14.95 to watch that game. Reason why I know is because I almost paid it, and I'm not. I said fuck you, because you told me it was free. If I download Peacock, I could watch the game for free. I download the app. I cut the game on $14.95, please. So fuck out of here. So to me, I'm worried about them being NBC having this much basketball again, and I'm not. I need inside the NBA, dog. I don't know about you, but I need that shit.
I don't care about none of that. As long as I see some basketball.
I knew it.
I don't give a fuck about the studio.
I knew it.
As long as there's somebody there that talks sense, that's all. I do got my segment though. Just to let you know. But
you do. Okay.
when it comes to that, yeah, I don't really care. I don't really, as long as it ain't like I say, as long as somebody knowledgeable is there talking, that's all that matters.
No, it don't. Sometimes it don't be that, and the ESPN has no one knowledgeable doing it. I don't know what the hell Amazon going to do. Hopefully, Amazon is smart enough to buy Inside the NBA from TNT. Just straight up buy it. I want all them people that's behind the scenes to keep their damn jobs because what is it? David Zaslow, the dumbass, retarded, confused. White privilege has no sense of fucking direction and can't afford the thing that they bought in Discovery, Warner Brothers. Those people are so goddamn asinine and stupid they couldn't even afford what they acquired. For that dude to say he don't need the NBA, I mean, Chuck was definitely right in this. Well, shit, he needs it. Them people behind the camera need it. Them people they need their jobs. They've been doing it for goddamn since the 90s. And this old sorry son of a bitch gonna come out of nowhere and just fire everybody because you want and then puts such and such billion into the new goddamn college football because they're expanded. So TNT want to be all about college football now. Never has done college football ever, but wants to jump into that lane. But you already got hockey, baseball, and basketball. But now you want to jump into college football. Wow. Fuck you, David Zaslow. You're a piece of shit.
Actually, TNT goes back further than the 90s because basketball used to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays on TNT and TBS. The playoffs came off on TNT and TBS as well. But, yeah, it is what it is.
Sad. It's sad. All right, y'all. What is it? We are back. First time in a long time. But Coach is here for his segment of Learn Something. Check it out.
Quickly, got two things here. Learn Something podcast with Damon Hill today. First time since 1975, two black coaches going for an NBA title.
Love it.
Back then, Al Attles for Golden State and Casey Jones for Washington Bullets at the time. But history is being made once again. Two black coaches leading their squads. For years, it was thought that black coaches couldn't lead, but we showing what we can do it all in all phases as well.
Casey was for the Bullets?
Yep. Man. Shout out Jason Kidd. Shout out Joe Mazzulla.
Shout out his
black
daughter.
Men leading their teams. Smart young men doing their thing. Second, on the Learn Something podcast with Damon Hill today. Since we were talking about WNBA players, Jewell Lloyd. She's a WNBA star. She's on the Team USA. She has her own shoe by Nike. Her shoe was designed by a 6-year-old with autism.
That's dope.
Any child out there with autism, any parent that got a child with autism, this shoe need to be like Michael Jordan shit. Ain't no way on earth all these kids with autism. And on top of that, the shoe, it's a bomb ass shoe. I don't even fuck with Nikes, but that shoe is beautiful.
Wow, he really don't. He don't, y'all.
A child with autism designed the shoe. How, if you are a parent or anybody with autism, how could you not wear it? How could you not make this shoe the #1 selling shoe if your child got autism? Don't you see how much that would inspire your child or any person with autism to know that somebody like me did this?
Right.
That's nothing but inspiration.
Right.
Take that and run with that. If you know anybody that got a child with autism, get them shoes and let them know.
Yeah.
Let them know the story behind it, so that child can feel like I'm not different. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's all I got.
That's dope. I love that because that was real. My oldest son is actually autistic, so I'm gonna look into them shoes just because of that.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, it's like major shout out.
When I saw it,
yeah,
they actually got a commercial, and I think I didn't see the whole commercial, but it's like a child like drawing on the ground, like with chalk.
Yeah,
it's dope.
Okay,
and the shoe's nice.
I'm gonna mess with it.
Shoe's nice.
Man, right on. Okay. Well, we about to get up out of here, y'all. Before we dip, I want to also too major shout out to Josh Price, man, our co-host, who held us down for the NBA Finals live watch. He, unlike Coach, was not scared to get on the Pop-A-Shot. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of y'all out there that were scared to face me. Y'all didn't want to do it. Y'all didn't want to smoke. I get it.
Oh, we got somebody want to join in on the live broadcast.
Who is this?
One of my coworkers.
He's scared too. If he was about it, he would have been at the event because I don't think he was there. And I just want to say, major shout out to Josh. He came out hot, and we did 3 rounds. He came out hot, beat me in the first round. I came back in the second round, beat him. And then, finished him and beat him in the third round. You know what I'm saying? Shit was dope. But, yeah, what up? What is on there? What up, fam? What up? So, yeah, it was good to beat to beat Josh. I just don't understand, y'all. Coach talking about he needed to soak in something else just to do a 30-second Pop-A-Shot game. Good God.
I had already worked 12 hours, and I was blowed, and I was tired, and I was sore. So,
You don't work at work though.
That's what he thinks.
You don't work at work.
He
You don't be doing it like that. Yo, Coach, tell the folks. Oh, so yeah, major super shout out to Josh. Make sure y'all check out Josh Price on the Price Check. That is his podcast. Make sure y'all check that out on wherever y'all listen to podcasts. And again, HPG, Big J, I Gallery, Fat Chick Treats, Tie Dye Treats, Green Girl. What is it? I think that's everybody. Green Girl, Tie Dye Treats, Fat Chick Treats. Yo, like, just in Brooklyn STL, like the painting that Brooklyn made. Man, I knew it was gonna be dope. Like, I just asked him to do this. My man did it. He did it, for the love. He knew this was, all this was gonna be, it's gonna go to a good cause. Once I lock down that charity, y'all will see the money go directly there. We're going to be 100% transparent with this shit because y'all ain't about to put nothing on me. So, yeah, doing that because, we got to get – I know there's a lot of sentences being, cut in half for folks that are locked up. We need them out. We need them out ASAP. Coach, before we get out of here, tell the folks where they can find you and what you got going, man. Coach got a lot of shit going, y'all. Check this out.
Well, we still got the Road Tripping Vegans on Instagram and Yahoo, the Road Tripping Vegans channel. We're going to be uploading some content soon just from different restaurants around the area. We got a trip coming up soon. We're not going to say where. But redblackandvegan.com, that's a new website. That's the new movement. Check us out. Get down with us. The hub for the plant-based African-American community, redblackandvegan.com. All about eating healthy, living healthy. Get with us. redblackandvegan.com. redblackandvegan.com. redblackandvegan.com.
You got other cameras besides just your phone, fam. There's other cameras.
redblackandvegan.com. Seriously though, we all about the African American community, linking up all the different restaurants and businesses. That's what we doing.
Yeah, no doubt. Yo, I remember this man told me about this before he was gonna do it. I figured it was dope because literally no one is doing this. My man is plugging y'all on. I want vegan, but I want to support. You know what I'm saying? I want some black-owned vegan stuff because that might have a different taste than the other places. Where can I go? This man is giving you a place to go in one spot where you can find it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's amazing. Tell him the spot again.
redblackandvegan.com. We got the website up, and we got the app in development. The app is going to be a directory for all black vegan restaurants and anybody, all black vegan vendors, period. And just linking up the whole black vegan community. Just networking, not networking, it don't have to be networking business-wise, but just people, like-minded individuals who want to live healthy and eat healthy and spreading the word about the black vegan community and how big it is and how you can still eat things that taste great and have a great effect on your body. And I could always say, I'll just use myself as an example. Point blank.
There it is.
When I started this year, I was a straight fat ass. And by my standards, I was at 217.
You was?
Yeah.
You ain't looking.
But now I'm at, after standing in that long ass line yesterday for Slutty Vegan, today I was at 177.
Yeah, you sure need to get some smaller clothes. All your shit big as fuck.
Shout out to the people from Slutty Vegan who came to St. Louis. It was great. It was really great. It was worth it. Check out our info on the Road Tripping Vegans and redblackandvegan.com, and you can see our live review that we did on the food and other things as well. Merchandise that's going to be for sale, and we just making it a movement from here on out.
Well, he nailed it, didn't he, y'all? He nailed that dismount shit. All right, y'all know what it is. O the Great, OTHA Great on Twitter, Facebook, High Off the Glass on everything, and email me. You want to be on the show? And yo, this was dope, Coach. I'm glad you're back, and keep smoking, keep hooping. Game 2 tonight. Let's go, C's. 2024 NBA champs.
Boston by 13 tonight.
Let's get it. I got them by 10. Let's do it.